Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to Wickenby Airfield, which is the latest release from Burning Blue Design. And if you follow the channel, and certainly if you know Burning Blue Design, you know that they are the masters at bringing these lovely little airfields, these lovely pieces of history to life in the sim. And I always say it, but this is no exception. It's absolutely beautiful. Wickenby has got a huge amount of history going back to World War II, when in 1942 it served as a base for Bomber Command. So we've seen Wellingtons and Lancasters fly out from here, and that's why you'll see the memorial walk. You'll see the memorial to the squadrons here. It certainly displays its historical roots very nicely indeed. And I've never been here in real life. As I always say, if you have been, if you've flown here, if you're flying here now, I would love to know what you think if you want to leave a comment down below. But I kind of feel like if I did come here in real life, I would recognize it. It would feel at home because it's just got that wonderful character and realism to it. Now, it's a good chance to say we have a Discord, so if you'd like to join up with that, we post screenshots, we do group flights, we talk about aeroplanes, we talk about wonderful places like this, and there's people from all over the world there. So please do come along. I'll leave a link down below, and we look forward to seeing you there. So yeah, Wickenby, fantastic heritage. They've restored warbirds here, so if you're a warbird pilot, it's a great place to come to. There's a museum here, the Wickenby Museum, established in 1987, and they are the custodians of the airfield's history. And today Wickenby is a busy old place. It's got the historical flavour from the past, but also there's a lot of people flying here now. There's vintage aircraft, there's fly-ins, air shows, flight experiences, and aerobatics and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to read to you from the website now what is actually entailed in this scenery, because as I always say, they spend a lot of time crafting their words and making sure that they list out the specs correctly. So who am I to come along and absolutely make a hash of it by making it up as I go along? So from their website, Wickenby has been faithfully recreated by Burning Blue Design, undertaking on-site visits to ensure the highest levels of accuracy, and it features over 90 custom 3D objects, each with full physical-based rendering, that's PBR textures, based on the May 2023 layout, full custom night lighting, animated hangar doors which close at night, animated main gate which closes at night, a working signal square, completely custom windsock, animated spectators, real-life static aircraft seen at Wickenby, and they include Boeing Stearman PT-17, Model 75 N3N3 Cadet 4445 Golf Charlie Foxtrot X-Ray Tango, de Havilland DH-82 Tiger Moth Golf Alpha Charlie Delta Alpha, Airco DH-2 Replica 5964 Golf Bravo Foxtrot Golf Hotel, Hawker Hunter F6 Survivor X-Ray Echo 624, Hawker Hunter Golf Alpha Mike, Hawker Hunter GA Mark 11, X-Ray Echo 685 Golf Alpha India, and Armstrong Whitworth Sea Slug Mark 1 first generation surface to air missile. And that reminded me of the old Bloodhounds that I remember my father telling me at one point they were going to stop having fighter pilots and they were just going to use Bloodhound missiles to shoot the enemy down. That didn't last very long. What else we got? That, by the way, just in case you were wondering, isn't in the Burning Blue Design spec. That's just me waffling. Back to the spec. High resolution color corrected ground textures taken from Bing maps and manipulated for consistency and realism. Enhanced local surroundings including RAF Wickenby dispersal and Nissen huts, RAF Wickenby 12 and 626 Squadrons Memorial. Businesses on the old RAF Wickenby site including Agri, HW Coats, Ray's Distribution, Aero Massage Therapy, and Design for Dogs. So there you go. If you have a really tricky flight, one that maybe stresses you out a bit, just a long flight, maybe you've flown a long way to get here, you can get a massage. What airfield offers that? It's just absolutely phenomenal. So hopefully you can see from the footage here, there is an awful lot of detail here. And as I said at the beginning, if you fly here in real life, if you know this place, I would love to know what you think. If you own that farmhouse that we were just seeing there before with the barrier of trees, I'd love to know what it's like to live here. If I was living there, I'd chop down all the trees and I'd build a tower and just look out on it. But I know it's easy to say that. So what we're going to do is we've had a look around the airfield here. What we're going to do is we're going to go for a quick flight in the H145. Chosen a helicopter because I really want to show you this from the air, really to show you the history from the air. And the best way of doing that is by going up in the helicopter. So we're going to do that. And also at the end of it, we're going to have a competition. I have to say a huge thank you to Burning Blue Design for giving me the opportunity to fly their Wickenby, but also to show you their Wickenby. And also they've given me 2 codes to give away so that you can have a copy of Wickenby. And during this video, and this is very important, you need to pay attention. During this video, I will be stating a fact, saying something. I don't know what it's going to be at this stage, but there will be a question at the end of the video, and I'm going to give you a email address to send the answer to, and then at the date given at the end of the video, I will randomly select 2 winners, and you'll get a copy of it. So make sure you stick around to the end. Make sure you pay attention and answer the question at the end, and you could be in a chance with winning a copy of Wickenby. So, what can I say? I mean, there is just so much detail here. I'm running out of words and there's still footage to go, but hopefully you can see there's a lot of life here. And that's what I love about these airfields. There's a lot of life. It gives you somewhere great to fly from, somewhere to practice flying around, somewhere to fly to, and it really gives you a feel for the airfield, and that's what I love. It's all about immersion at the end of the day, isn't it? That's really what we're looking for. Anyway, here we are in Zulu Juliet 703. Me and the boys have taken a break from Royal Air Force HEMS work, and we've come up here to take a look from the air. This, of course, is the excellent high performance group H145. Beautiful, beautiful helicopter. Great fun flying it. And this livery by Panther Repaints, which is the livery I tend to fly all the time now. It's a tribute to a Griffon helicopter that used to operate out of RAF Akrotiri. Just a lovely repaint. Fictional, but by God, I love it. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. Let's get in the helicopter. Let's go and take a look at this wonderful airfield from the air. Right, here we go. So let's get things wound up. Close the door. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. You are going to have to go because I've got someone here to sit where you're going to sit, and we're going to need the visibility. So if you don't mind. Of course, the eagle eye amongst you will have noticed he's got Navy insignia, but RAF patch. We'll ignore that for the time being. Right. Sorry, mate. There you go. He's gone. Right, we've got a better view now, and you can look out that window. That helps, doesn't it? Okay, so let's see if I can remember how to get this started. It's been a week or two. I always find got so many different aircraft, and you end up having to remember how they all operate. But this one's fairly simple. So let's get some lights on. We'll get the prime pump on as well. Leave everything else as it is for the time being. Have another look down. Check down here. Power up test okay. So that's all good. We'll just, we're not going to be using the GTN, but we'll just put that on there so that that's not looking dodgy. Right, let's go for engine 1. So engine 1 is now showing idle, so that's good. So now we can start engine 2. Happy with all our indications. I'm not doing the full startup, by the way. I haven't got a payload, so I'm not going to put anything there, just watching this. Still showing that we're in start mode, but looking at the needles, now we're at idle and there's nothing to worry about there. So now we can have transfer pumps on, prime pumps off, standby battery on, avionics on, DC receipt in the back, so the guys at the back can plug in their phones and God knows what else that they're going to be plugging in. We'll have the strobes on at this point. Let's put the landing light on at this point. Also, LAVCS will have to pilot, and we'll put the pitot heat on, because you can never go wrong by putting pitot heat on. There's a song in that somewhere. Right, let's put these bits and bobs on. That's all the different autopilot bits. We'll have that on as well, so again that doesn't look odd. That's fine. Let's go to flight mode.
TOS system test OK.
Right, so as I said, that was quite a abbreviated startup. If you want to see a full startup, go and look at some of the other videos that I've done in this helicopter, but I just want to keep this short because at the end of the day it's a short video. We just want to get up into the air and have a look at this airfield from the air. So let me turn the A-trim off, holding the cyclic trim release in, and let's see if I can't make too much of a hash of this. Pardon me while I go into the zone. Give them a little flyby, and then we'll come out this way, we'll get a bit of height, and then I can show you from the air. Because one of the things that's really striking about places like this is, you know, it dates back to when, as I think it was described in an American news report, that Britain was turned into pretty much an aircraft carrier. And there you go, you can kind of see it here. They are the remains of the old runways. You can see how that extends out, and then you see what's left there that's actually used at the current Wickenby. You can just get an idea of the scale of what this would have been back in the day. Absolutely enormous, and you can see a lot of the taxiways and the old concrete is still remaining. I always think places like this, they've got a certain feel to them. Without wanting to sound cheesy, but I can imagine that walking out there, you're going to really get a sense of the history. I get that sometimes at my local Blackbush. There's some disused runways there, and you can quite freely walk on them, and when you do, you can almost imagine what would have been going on there, and you can almost hear the aircraft. Or maybe I'm just a bit of a dreamer, but I think it's something like that that you can only really get a good appreciation of from the air. And the great thing about Flight Simulator, this flight simulator, and also helped by a developer like Burning Blue Design, is that they really bring that to life. There you go, you can see it over there. I find that fascinating. And I think what's lovely about this is if you are flying here in the sim,
500.
you get that sense of everything too. So, local area, what have we got? Well, we've got just over there, you can just see it. You're really going to have to squint to look at the screen, but you've got the old cathedral city of Lincoln. You've got RAF Coningsby further to the south. A whole load of history around here. It might be flat, which for those that like mountain flying and valley flying, that sort of thing, might seem a little dull, but the scenery here is beautiful and it's just absolutely stacked in history, and there's old airfields and places like that everywhere, so yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, let's come back now, let's land. I'm sure you've had enough of my helicopter flying there. How you doing in the back, lads? Do you enjoy that? Alright? Yeah, they're never impressed by my flying. You would think that by now, the camaraderie that we've got, all the flying that we've done together, that they would really have a sense of, you know, sticking by the captain of the aircraft, but that isn't all the way. So anyway, I hope you've signed the insurance waivers in the back there, because you are going to need them. And yeah, here we go. I'll tell you what we will do. Let's switch the old terrain warning off before it drives us mad. So we'll just come in low and slow over the fence. Just over there, by the way, by the trees over there, you kind of see it. That's the Remembrance Walk, and I just think that's it's a lovely idea. They really have made a good job of remembering the crews and the guys that laid down their lives here. So we've got the wind just coming from over there. I'm flouting all the rules by not landing into wind, but just wanted to come in this way just to give you another look at the airfield. Try not to worry anyone too much, that's alright, don't worry. Not going to blow away your packet of crisps by flying overhead like a thug. I do love this helicopter. I'm going to give him a bit of a hair drying session. Let's come over here, right. Let's put the cyclic trim release in, and then it's a little bit easier to manoeuvre. Obviously, you wouldn't do this in real life, I'm just being an idiot, just trying to give you a bit more of a look, but I'm sure the owners of these fine aircraft would be mightily peeved if I started flying around like this over them in a helicopter. Not a great idea. Right, let's set her down. There we go. Right, let's put engines to idle. Have a modicum of safety. There we go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that flight. I hope you enjoyed Wickenby. It's another resounding success from Burning Blue Design. I do love their airfields. Wonderful places to run around in with GA. And as I say, all the history is there as well. So stay tuned, as they say, for the competition. The question that you need to answer is, I mentioned another aerodrome where I walk on the disused runways. Which one is it? If you send the answer to that question to the email address at the bottom, and then I will be at, let's say, 1900 Zulu on this Sunday. So that's Sunday the 24th. I will randomly select 2 winners. That's at 1900 Zulu on Sunday. If the email address isn't displayed below, that means the competition is ended. So, too late anyway. But and if you don't win, by the way, please don't be offended if I don't respond to your emails. It's impossible to go through each and every one. But, we do appreciate you entering into the spirit of things and entering into the competition. And maybe you'll have better luck next time we do this sort of thing. Anyway, great to have you along. Nice to have you on board. Please, if you enjoyed it, do consider subscribing to the channel. But in the meantime, take care now and see you soon. Bye-bye.